ॐ वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. We are in the 9th session of Anubuthi Prakasha of Kathopanishad, and we have reached the 9th mantra of Kathopanishad. From here on, we come to one of the most poetic parts of the Upanishad, where the Upanishads gives a few examples. The example of one fire element or one Vayu element, or the Surya manifesting in many forms. In addition, towards the end, there is a question possibly from Nachiketa about Ananda. And the whole valli will conclude by giving a very brilliant answer, but very metaphoric, when Yama Dharmaraja quotes that very famous mantra, Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam. Each of these mantras will be briefly explained, and each mantra will be followed by an Anubuthi verse, which will also be explained by Mahoday Raja Reddy. Hari Om.
Namo Namaha. Agnir-yathayko bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva ekastatha sarva bhutantaratma rupam rupam pratirupo bahischa. Ekah sarvabhutantaratma agnihi yatha ekah bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam rupam pratirupo bhabuva tatha sarvabhutantaratma eka sarvabhutantaratma rupam rupam pratirupo bahischa. Atma is one. Ekaha sarva bhutanam antaratma. So the one Atma which is there in all the living beings, that rupam rupam pratirupo bahicha. How it is getting the different forms, every form of the object, various places, whenever it is there in a different way, how it is appearing. That one example is given above. Agnihi ekaha. The fire is one. Ekaha eva agnihi. This one fire element, bhuvanam pravishtaha, which is there in the entire universe, only one Agni. This Agni, rupam rupam pratirupo babhuva. Rupam rupam. Whenever each form, when it is entering into the different objects, and it is taking the different forms. How one Agni is entering into the different places and it is appearing as different like that. Only one Atma which is there in all the living beings and it is appearing like that. Ekam eva Atma pratirupam, various forms, different forms, right? Whenever in each place, whenever it is entering, it is looking outside like that. So Agnihi atra advaitam dvaitam. So here the non-duality is appearing as a duality. Advaitam dvaitam iva bhavati. Then tathaiva aparichinnam parichinnam iva bhavati. Right, whenever Advaita, whatever it is, non-duality is there, it is appears like it is a duality like that. And as well as which is limited, that appears as limitless. So this all, whenever it is entering into the different objects, we are seeing, we are experiencing like that. So this consciousness, this Atma, Ekaha eva asti. Evam, it is present, consciousness is not only present in the body, it is there in everywhere outside also. Like the Agni is not only the where it is one place it is entered, means not in that particular place, it is outside also, everywhere it is there. So, evam, Bhinna Bhinna Rupam, different forms it is getting based on the objects, how it is one place, whenever it is localized, it is called the Upadhi. Whenever it is getting the, suppose in the log it is there, it's a different form, and another place it is there in the different. So even one Agni, whenever it is appearing in the different ways, changes forms as the shape and things of the objects. Similarly, the Atma, which is pervading everywhere, right? So this also enters into the Stula and the Sukshma Sarira, and whenever we are seeing the duality type, when the physical bodies, when you are seeing each place, because of our ignorance, we are seeing in the different forms, but actually it is the only one Atma, right? This is because of our Ajnana. Ekaha eva Atma asti, tadeva, that only in Sarva Bhuteshu it is there. So whenever it enters into the different bodies, we are feeling the duality because of our ignorance. Otherwise, it is the consciousness is Atma is only one. So Lord Yama is describing here. So we are unable to see this because of our ignorance. This duality seeing is only because of the ignorance. Once the dhiraha, when the person sadhaka perceives the knowledge, then he will understand himself. He realizes that the sarva bhuteshu sthita Atma is only one. So this is the one when we are mistakenly experiencing this type of things because of our ignorance, duality outside, and one is there here, whatever it is there in this body, the same Atma is present in everywhere. But because of the body, because of the Upadhi, we are seeing this in a different manner. Like the fire, only one, and whenever it is taking the different Upadhis, how it is appearing the duality, like that here we are experiencing. Actually, it is only one. So this ignorance you have to avoid. So that you have to get the Shastra knowledge and you have to avoid this to experience the only oneness. Anubuthi Prakasha, there the same thing explained in a different manner. Agnir yathaika kasteshu pravishya bahudha bhave tatha atma tu eka evaishu deheshu bahuda uchyate. Agnihi yatha ekaha. So Agni, the fire is only one. Kasteshu pravishya, when it enters into the different types of firewood and it appears when it is burning the wood, all right, the objects, different pieces of the logs, and it appears there, here and there, it is everywhere like that. Duality, it will appear. The same way, tatha, similarly, Atma tu ekaha eva. So Atma is only one. Yeshu deheshu bahuda uchyate. So whatever form it is getting in the different bodies, physical bodies, whenever it is entering into that, and at that time it is appearing, there are dual forms. Everywhere duality we will see. This is only the appearance because of our Ajnana. So actually only one Atma is there. That is only in Sarva Bhuteshu is there. That's what the previous shloka Kathopanishad we learned. The same thing in a simple manner he is explained. Ekaha Agnihi in the different law, kasteshu, whenever it is entered, how it is appearing in the plurality. The like that, Tatha Atma also is only one and it is entering into the different bodies. It appears as Bahuda. So it is only one. That's we have to understand. Now, Vayu. So how the Agni is there? Tathaiva Prana Tattvam, the Vayuhu. Vayur Yathaiko Bhuvanam Pravishtaha. Rupam Rupam Pratirupo Bhakuva. Ekasthatha Sarva Bhutantaratma. Rupam Rupam Pratirupo Bahishcha. So this only Ekaha Eva Atma. Sarva Bhuteshu Asti. Ekaha Tatha Sarva Bhutantaratma. Sarva Bhutantaratma Ekaha. In Sarva Bhuteshu Antarupena, which Atma is staying, that is only one. So, tata, that rupam pratirupo bahisha, when it is taking the different bodies, different upadis it is taking, different objects it is entering, it appears in a different duality we will see. Like how in the fireplace we have seen, the similarly here also. So, Vayuhu yatha ekam bhuvanam pravishtaha. So, Vayu is only one, the air. So, but the element air, whenever it is enters in the universe, it is only one, only it is there. Vayuhu ekameva pravishtaha bhuvanam. Bhuvanam nama the universe. Vayuhu ekaha bhuvanam pravishtaha rupam. So, whenever it is enter form, the different forms, whenever according to the object, right, where it is entering, there it appears outside in a Bahuda, means in a different ways, various like that it appears, but it is only one. So, etad asmakam agnanataha. So, here the Yama has given two examples how the person gets the Brahma of the duality by seeing the outer world. So, here the Agni, whenever it takes the different objects, how it is appearing in a different things, in a different shapes, different locations, whenever we see, then it is the duality we will experience. The same thing, because of the ignorance, we experience the even Vayu also, whenever it is entering into the different places, whenever it is manifested in the different bodies, the different upadis, it is entered, and we will see there the duality. But only one Vayu is entered into the Bhuvanam, this entire universe, only Ekaha Eva Vayu is there. Similarly, the Atma is one when it is taking the different Upadis. At that time, it appears the duality. But actually, there is only one. Suryo yatha sarvalokasya chakshuhu nalipyate chakshushairbahyadoshaih ekastatha sarvabhutantaratma nalipyate lokadukkena bahyah. So, Suryaha sarvalokasya chakshuhu. So, is the one eye for the entire world is only the Suryaha. Suryaha sarva lokasya chakshuhu. The ekaha eva Suryaha, how it is the entire world's eye. Similarly, this tathaiva na lipyate chakshushaihi bahya doshaihi. So, when it is entering this prakasha, the sun's prakasha is entering into the different objects. Because of this asangaha, that whatever impurities are there in that particular object, that will not affect the sun. Suppose the sun's light is falling on the mud place where the water is impure or dirt is there, malam or malinam. That dirt, it will be not reflected or it is not going to affect on the sun's light. Because it is all pervading one Agni, the Surya's Prakasha when it is entered. So that is not affecting this one because of the Asangaha. How this will not affect the dirt of this particular thing, object, when it is entered the sun's light? Similarly, this ekaha eva sarva bhutantarat, how the sun is only one for the entire universe is there. Similarly, only one Atma is there in the sarva bhuteshu. When this Atma enters into the different upadis, it is taking the different bodies. At that time, the different bodies, whenever it entered, there in the different bodies, what you are seeing, that is not a dual, it is only one. But in the bodies, whenever it is entered, according to their karma, phala, and the previous krita, phala, karma phala dwara, what all are the difficulties are getting these upadis, that will not affect the Atma. Because the impurities, it is because of the asangaha, it will not affect the Atma. How the impurity of the mud or the dust, whichever we are seeing, or maybe it is whatever other things, impurities, wherever things are there, those all impurities, when the sun's light will fall, that will not affect the sun. Similarly, the Atma will be not affected by the sorrows or worries of the all the human beings because of the asanga. It doesn't have any sangha attachment with these things. So therefore, because of the asanga, these will not get any effect. Evam, chakshuhu, the entire earth, only one, that is Surya. When the Surya's light will fall in the different objects, the all, whatever the impurities are there, how it is not affecting, because it is illuminating all the objects which are present in this world. But in every object, whenever it is entered, that particular object's any qualities or problems or impurities or anything will not affect the sun. Similarly, when the Atma is entered into the, because this is the Chaitanya, this Sarva Prakasham, it is all pervading, it will not affect because it is not the limited one. So, like that, the Atma also, it is the Chaitanyam, which is pervading everywhere. This will not affect because of the, whenever Upadhi is entered, there is no Sangaha, there is no attachment with these things. Therefore, the impurities or worries, sorrows will not affect the Atma. So, because these all are the external impurities, they are not internal impurities. So this is Sakshi Chaitanyam, this is Shuddha, there is pure, this is Pavitram, holy, this consciousness. So the impurities cannot, there is no Sangha, therefore the impurities only will be the outside, it is not the in. So all these impurities which we are seeing outside, only it will be only that particular place, it will not affect the Atma, because it is not, it is present also, it is asangaha, doesn't have any reflection. How the sun's light, it is fall on the paper or a road or somewhere in the dust or in some mud water everywhere, but that is no contact direct with that. It is there is no sangatvam is there. So therefore, it will not affect that one. The sunlight will not get any wet, it will not get wet or it will not get dirt. Similarly, the Atma also will not be affected with these all impurities or worries. So that's what the Yama would like to tell here. The Atma Chaitanyam which is present everywhere, it is which is associated with the different types of bodies, right? It will not affected by the worries of these upadhis bodies. This upadhi, it will be there, but this body's upadhi, sorrow, whenever it is present here also, because of the asanga, it will not affect. That is the main thing here, asangaha is there. Asangatva karanat, it will not get any effect. So that's why here he is saying that asangatvam is bahya impurities. So that this is the Atma is above the bodies. It is not in that. It is above the bodies. That's why it will not affect the Atma. The same thing in Anubhuti.
No,
we can
this
see.
this Anubhuti has wrongly come. This is for Vayu, but please explain, Mahoday. Mistakenly here.
So, Vayushchekopi deheshu pravishya prana rupataha bahuda bhatyeva amatma bhatyevam atma pratyupadhi prutak bhavet. So, Vayushcha ekaha. So, in the previous verse we have seen Vayuhu ekaha agnim bhuvanam pravishtaha in the Wire bhuvana ekaha pravishtaha, but rupam pratirupo bhabuva. Like that, eka sarva bhutantaratma, different rupam it is getting like that. We have seen in the Kathopanishad. This is the same shloka in the Anubuthi Prakasha. Now we are seeing that Vayuhu ekaha eva, the air is only one as the prana, in the form of the prana, in the all the living beings, in all the deheshu, in all the bodies, it is entering as a prana. In the form of prana, whenever it is entering, and whenever we see in the each body the prana is there, we feel it is the duality. Actually, prana is only one. Ekaha eva. So, similarly, I am Atma. Evam Atma also pratyapadi, because of the upadhi, when it is entering into the different bodies, because it is becoming the limit there, pruthak bhavet. So the Atma also, it is different from each place. It is only one is there, but we are seeing in the bodies, it will be different thing. Like how you are experiencing the prana is in different way. एको वशी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा एकं रूपं बहुधा यः करोति तमात्मस्तं येनु पश्यन्ति धीराः तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं नेतरेषाम्। एकः वशी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा एकं रूपं बहुधा यः करोति तम आत्मस्थं ये अनुपश्यन्ति, ये धीराः अनुपश्यन्ति, तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं na itaresham. So, ekaha. So, Atma is only one. Eshad bahu nasti. This we experienced in the previous two slokas. Lord Yama explained it. So, this non-dual Atma, eka eva, sarva bhutantar Atma, which is present in all the living beings. This Vashi is the controller. He is the controller. Vashi, Vasham karoti. So, control karoti. So, therefore, he is called Vashi. So, the inner controller of all these Sarva Bhuteshu, whoever is there, only one Atma. So, Ekam Rupam is only one form. Bahuda Yaha Karoti is one form, it transforms into many ways. Right? It when it is entering into the different bodies, when the upadhi it is getting, so then this it is appearing into the duality. Here ekameva rupam asti is only one form, but yaha karoti bahuda, it transforms into many ways, manifold forms. But this, with because of the Agni Tattvam we have seen, Vayu Tattvam we have seen. So with this Agni and Vayu examples, the Yama, Lord Yama has given lot of inputs to understand how you have to see. So here again, the same way, Ekaha eva Atma, when it is enter into the different bodies, how it is appearing, it is transforming into the different forms it is getting. Bahuda. Dhiraha. Dhiraha means the Vivekavan, the discriminative person. These discriminative people, Anupashyanti, Tam Anupashyanti, that Atmanam they will see. How they will see? It is in all the living beings, right? In the body, Atmastam. Atmastam means dwelling in the body, which is being presented in the body. Atmastam. Tesham Shashvatam Shukham. So the people, the Dhiraha, they will see only the Atmastam Atma Eva in all the living beings. It is the same one. Like this, who will see that in this way, non-duality, those Dhiraha, because of their Gnanam, they are able to see. These Dhiraha only will get Shashvatam Sukham. So these people only will get the Shashvatam Sukham. To get the Shashvatam Sukham, the everlasting happiness, what you have to do means you have to understand the Atma Tattva. So this, whoever understands, he will get the permanent Sukham. What about others? So it is, one is getting means another one is not. It is clear. So na itaresham. For others, this happiness will be not available because they didn't get that type of knowledge. Ataha, the Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikyam, the oneness you have to understand here. As long as you are not understanding this, the Atma is all pervading and it is only one because it transforms into the different bodies. At that time, you are feeling it is, you are experiencing the duality, but it is only one. He is the one who is the controller of all the living beings. So, Vashi is independent. He is the Swatantraha. It is not controlled by any other thing. It controls everything, but it is not controlled by any other thing. So therefore, this type of Sarva Bhutantaratmam, the Gnani who knows properly and who will understand properly, his happiness will be permanent. Shashvatam Anandam Prapnoti. Tesham Sukam Shashvatam. So those people who will understand this, he will get the Shashvatam Shukam. Then what is about others? Others will not get. So you have to get this Shashvata Ananda means you have to get the Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. The sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, when you approach the teacher and you are learning all the shastras, you are understanding and you are doing upasana, then Guru Shishya Upadesha Dwara, whatever the knowledge you are getting, through that you will get this sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. Through this you will understand the Atma Swarupam. Once you will understand this Atma Swarupam, you don't experience the outside what you are seeing, this duality, it will not be experienced by you. So when non-duality, whoever is not experiencing, it is only one, it is their Atma, the Saksha Chaitanyam which is present in me, the same thing is pervading everywhere in all the living beings. Once you understand this one, your happiness will be permanent. So this is the limitless consciousness. Only in one place it will not be there. It is everywhere it is there. Once you will understand this, you will not get any fear of the death or any other thing. You will get everything. You will be free from all the bandhanas. You don't have any sangha, any attachment. And this type of experience, how you will get means through the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. So this once you will get, you will realize yourself. After that, you don't have any worries. You are not going to get any fear because you know that I am the Sarva Sakshi, I am the Vashi, I am the controller, I am the Sarva Bhuta Atma. So when you understand this, how you get the pain, you will not get. So that's what the Yama is explaining here in this shloka. So others, what they have to get means they have to also gain this one. If they gain, then they will get the happiness. The person who got already, he will get permanent happiness. So the other who has to didn't get, those will not get. Na itaresham, it is clearly mentioned. Itaresham, this Shashvatam Anandam is not there. Maybe they may get a limit Anandam because of some works etc. But it is not the permanent Anandam they will get. The permanent Anandam will come only. So that is, we can say as Brahmanandam. So this Brahmanandam you have to get means you have to get this type of Chadana Satushtaya Sampatti. Through that you have to understand the Atmagnan. Otherwise you will not get this permanent Anandam. You may get a temporary Anandam. Sarva Chakshu Swarupopi Naravir Netra Roghabhak Sarvatmatvepi Tad Brahma Tatha Dukkhair Nalipyate. So in the Kathopanishad, where we have seen the Agni Tattvam, the same here, Ekaha Eva Suryaha, Ekaha Eva Suryaha Sarvalokasya Chakshuhu is the entire Lokas Chakshuhu. So Bahya Doshaihi Chakshuhu Na Lipyate, because of the impurities of outer world that will not affect anything which we have seen in the Kathopanishad. The same shlokas based Anubuthi verse is this one. So in the Anubuthi verses, again it is explaining that Vayuscha Sarva Chakshuhu Sarva Rupopi Na Ravihi Atra Roga Bhak. So only one sun who is present everywhere. So in the eye of every living being, like a Sarva Chakshuhu, Sarvesham Chakshuhu, everyone's eye. This Sarva Chakshuhu, whenever it is present in the form of deity, so this is not affected by the my Chakshur Doshaha. If I have any problem in my eye, it will not affect to that Sarva Chakshu. Like the impurities, how it is not affecting the sun's light, we experienced in the previous sloka in the Kathopanishad. Same way, the Sarva Chakshu, everyone's eye, which is in the form of the Brahman, it is there, or deity Rupena, it is there. That also will not affect with our impurities. So wherever it is localized, when it is localized in the particular place, because it cannot be localized. It is not temporary. It is not limited. It is limitless. So when it is there also, with this Bhakya dosham, it will not be affected. Like that. Na roga bhak. Roga bhak means roga means disease. Bhak means it will affected. So it is affected with the disease. It will not happen to the Ravi. When the eyes, my eyes, it is there any defect, that will not affect to the sun's, because he is the eye of every living being, that it will not affect with my dosha. Similarly, sarva atmatvepi tad brahma tatha dukkhair nalipyate. The Brahman is sarvatma. In all the living beings, what we are seeing in the presented in all the bodies as in the form of the Brahman. So this Brahma also, with the localized upadhi based, the shariram, whichever it is getting any dukkham, sorrow. So that dukkham will not affect the Brahman, because it is all pervading and it is asangaha. So that we have experienced in the previous Kathopanishad sloka, we explained, because of the asangatva, it is present in that. Even the light it is present, it will not affect. Similarly, the Atma which is present here also, because of the Asangaha, it will not affect the sorrows of all the living beings. Dukkaihi na lipyate. Nityo nityanam chetanascha chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadati kaman tamatmastam yenu pashyanti dhiraha tesham shantihi shashvati netaresham. Nityaha anityanam. The Atma is Nityaha, permanent, Shashvataha, Dhruvam. Etadrusham Nityam Atma. Where it is Nityam means when we see the outer world, all the Anityas are there. These all Anityanam, among these all the impermanent things, what is the Nityam means? The Atma is the Nityam. Chetanascha Chetananam. Chetanaha cha Chetananam. So this Atma, this consciousness is among in the, it is the consciousness in the all consciousness beings. Itukte ye consciousness yatra yatra upadhi rupevana svikritya chaitanyam. The chaitanya is present in all the upadhi places. That chaitanyam is in different places it is present. Chetana rupena, as in the form of consciousness, it is there in the all the living beings, in the consciousness beings. So, evam tam atmastam, that atma, tam means that atma. So that which is not dual, it is only sarva eka bhutatma, sarva bhuteshu stitaha eka atma, sarva bhutantaratma. That Eka Atma, Kutrasti Atmastam, where it is saying here, the same Atmastam, Ye Dhiraha Anupashyanti. That type of Atmanam, the people who are the Dhiraha, Vivekinaha, the discriminative people. So the one who knows the properly Atma Gnanam, Viveka Gnanam, who has this type of Dhiras, they will only see this type, Atmanam, like this. So, tam Atmastam Pashyanti. How they will see, where they will see the Atma? In him. So, it is dwelling here only. It is present here only. In that, they experience that. Who are experiencing? So, who are knowing this one? Means, these type of people, these Dhira only, Tesham Shantihi na Itaresham. Tesham Shantihi Shashvati. their Shanti is permanent. Then what about others? Itukte, others Shanti is not there, it is impermanent because they don't have that type of knowledge. So, Eshaha Eka Atma Bahunam Kaman Vidadati. This one Atma is fulfilling the desires of all the living beings. Right? Evam Vidadati. Vidadati means it gives, it fulfills. What? Kaman, all the desires. So, this Chetana Rupam Atmanam, whoever is experiencing the Dhira, those Anandam is permanent, others Anandam is not. They will not get this Shashvatam Anandam. So, this experience you have to get. So, Atma is only one that is permanent. So, all the other things are impermanent. So, whatever we are seeing the outer side, impermanent things, in those all impermanent things, the permanent thing will be present everywhere. So, the Nitya Vastu will be present everywhere. Right? So, this we have to understand. Without the Nitya Vastu, the Anitya Vastu is not there. So, Nitya Vastu should be there. Right? Once it is presented, this is the Nitya Vastu is there, because of that this Anitya Vastu is there. That the form you are seeing. So this one, this Ekaha Eva, the Nitya Vastu Eka Eva is everywhere it is there. So Etadrusham Eko Bahunam Kaman Vidadati. So it fulfilling all the desires of all the living beings. So here one consciousness, it is fulfilling the desires of all the consciousness which is present in the different upadhis. So one only fulfilling the desires of all. Evam, this one only is fulfilling entire things. This is only one, not a dual. Like that, the one, the seeker, the dhiraha, viveki, whoever will understand like this, he will get the Shashvatam Anandam. The other one will not get this Shashvatam Anandam because they don't have the Shastra Gnanam. So that's why the person who has the Shastra Gnanam, he will get the Shashvatam Anandam. The people who doesn't have this Atma Gnanam, they will not get it. They will see, they experience it is only duality. So therefore, they will not. As long as you are experiencing the duality, so long you don't get the permanent Anandam. This is the principle always. So permanent peace you want, you have to get that type of Atma Gnana, which is only one. It is pervading everywhere. There is no duality. It is only one. That you have to understand. Sarvabhutantaratmaika Swatantro Mayaya Vritaha Ekam Swam Bahuda Kuryat Bahurupo Yatha Nataha Sarva Bhutanam Antaratma is only one. So all the living beings, all the bhutas, the manifestation, whatever we are seeing, everything is depending on only that Atma. So without that, there is no. So Yeshaha, this Atma is Swatantraha Mayaya Avritaha. Because of Maya, it is covering the entire Maya. Mayaya Avritaha Ekaha Eva Sarva Bhutantaratma Asti. This Ekaha, how the one actor will get different forms, different roles he will play. Right? Whenever he is taking different roles, he will wear the different costumes. Like that, the Mayaya Avritaha, this Antaratma also, Ekaha eva asti. How the actor will play different roles, he will take. Like that, Ekam Swam Bahuda Kuryat. So this Atma also, one only, it is everywhere, it is appearing. Right? Evam eva Nataha also, the actor also, how he is taking the different roles, like that, Atma is one. How the actor one is taking the different roles, like that Atma also. So you have to understand like this. There is no duality. It is only one. मायोपाधिक ईशोऽयम् बुद्ध्युपाधिमतां नृणाम् कर्मानुसारिणः कामान् विदधात्युपभुक्तये. The Kathopanishad also we have seen the same sloka. This is Anubuthi. Here we are experiencing. Maya upadikaha ishaha. So based on the Maya upadhi, taking the upadhi as the adhara of the Maya, and ishaha, I am ishaha, this Ishvaraha, buddhi upadhi matam. So the living beings are the buddhi upadhis. So buddhi upadhi matam, nranam, karmanusarinaha, according to their works, their actions of the previous births and present birth, etc. Everything. Karmanusarinaha, kaman vidadati upabhuktaye, to experience these all kamas, desires. According to their purva karma phalam, he will give all the desires he will fulfill. So this is the only one Ishaha, which Mayopadikaha, and he is fulfilling all the desires of the people who has the buddhi upadana, mind only upadhi. So because on that only they have there. So these people, this limitation with the buddhi who all are there, those people's entire all the desires he is fulfilling. Ishaha. So to experience them, their upabhuktaye, to experience these things, he is fulfilling all the desires. Swachittastam sakshirupamisham pashyanti ye naraha tesham nitya dukkha shante brahma anandascha shashvataha. Swachittastam. So, which is presenting in him, who is present, Swa Atmani, Swa Chitte, Tishthate, being in the Swachittam, in his own mind, Sakshi Rupam, in the form of witness, Isham, the Lord Isha, who is there, him, that type of Ishwaram, Ye Naraha Pashyanti. So, the people who realize that this is self, which is presenting, which is residing in him, and present at the pervading everywhere in the all the living beings, that type of sakshi rupam isham, whoever is seeing, who is experiencing. Seeing means you cannot see, it is not object. So whoever is experiencing, tesham nitya dukkha shantihi brahmanandacha shashvataha. Tesham, theirs, nitya dukkha shantihi. So they are free from all the dukkhas, and tesham shantihi is nitya, permanent shanti they will get. So shashvata anandam they will get. Brahmanandam they will get. This Brahmananda is permanent. So other people, whoever is not understanding, they may get temporary anandas, like we have experienced in the scene in the Kathopanishad mantra. The same way here, those the dhiraha who will understand, desham shanti is permanent, other shanti is impermanent. They are the only temporary shanti they will get, but shashvatam anandam, brahmanandam, they cannot get. Tate taditi manyante anirdeshyam paramam sukham katham nu tadvijaniyam kim bhati vibhati va tat etat iti. That's only this. Tat etat iti. Tadeva etat iti. So manyante, that's only this, like that. Ye manyante, the one who knows, those people. And anirdeshyam. So this is, you cannot describe that anandam, paramananda rupam, right? So which is cannot be described. Anirdesham, this is like this, like this, like this. Nirdesham you cannot do. You cannot experience like that. Anirdeshyam, right? You cannot describe it. So, tadrusham anirdeshyam paramam sukham, the eternal joy. So, etadrusham supreme ananda, right? That you cannot describe. It is like this or like this. You cannot describe it. Anirdeshyam. Katham nu tad vijaniyam. How do I get this ananda? Katham aham prapnomi. Right? Kim bhati, kim vibhati va. Right? Katham aham janami. How I will get this Brahmananda? It is very difficult. Easily it is not available. I can go and get it in the paying something like that. You cannot get this Brahmananda. It is not available in every place to buy something like the objects which you can buy. So this katham nu tad vijaniyam. How can I get this ananda? So this gnananda you have to get. This aparoksha gnanam you have to get means. So it is only available through the shastras, through the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. You have to get. Through that only you can get. So ataha, is it is available? Okay, it is available means this kim bhati and vibhati. Right? So etad shuddhataya, clearly it is a shining, it is available. It is easily can I get or it is difficult to get. So this thing I have to understand. Tadetaditi manyante. Tad eva, that shashvatam anandam, that parama anandam, this only. So which cannot be described by anything. So with the adjectives you cannot describe this because it is not possible. This is the shashvatam anandam, the supreme ananda. So etadrusham brahmanandam getting is not easy. It is very difficult. Anirdeshyam tamanandam pratyaksham manvate buddhaha sa drusyo va swaprakashayiti chenna sadrushyate. Etadrusham anirdeshyam, which is you cannot describe with by the words, that type of anirdeshyam. That anandam, that pramanandam, that brahmanandam, pratyaksham manvate buddhaha. They experience it directly. Who will experience it directly? Buddhaha. The wise people will experience it directly. So, because which cannot be described by the words, that anandam will be experienced by the wise man, dhiraha. Sadrushyo va swaprakasha iti chet na sadrushyate. So, this is drushyate va. So, whether it is object like that, it is this knowledge is self-illuminous, swaprakasha va, or it is iti chet saha drushya va, it is seen like other things, how we are seeing the other objects like that, iti chet na sadrishyate. It is not like the objects how you are seeing like that, it cannot be seen easily. It is only you have to get the sadhana chatushtaya sampati, through that only you have to experience. Otherwise, it is not like an object like that, it is not drishyate. न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम् नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति. So here that Atma only illuminate everything. So the Surya, na tatra Suryo bhati, the Surya is not shining, not the Chandra or moon, Right? Chandra and Tarakam. The stars are the moon. They are not shining. It is illuminated by that. And na imaha vidyutaha bhanti. Vidyutaha means lightnings. Imaha vidyutaha, these lightnings which when we are seeing in the rainy season and other time whenever it is sparkle there, these type of lightnings also na bhanti, they are not shining. So kutoyam agnihi, then from there this prakasha, from where it is coming? So when these all are not illuminating means, how can this prakasha is coming? Kutaha this agnihi, from where this is coming? Ityukte, this prakasha. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. With that Atma Prakasha only. Right? This entire thing is Prakashate. Without that, everything is not there. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. If it reflects, then a reflection will fall everywhere. It is not there, then this entire thing is not there. So, ataha, this is illuminating because of this Moolam. This is not there. This illumination is not there. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Tasya bhasa. Tasya bhasa. Bhasa ityukte prakasha. Through that self, swaprakashakam, atma rupam, tadrusha swaprakasha atma dwara, through that swaprakasha, self-illuminated, self, right, swaprakashakam. Tadrusha Atma Dwara Sarvamidam Vibhati. This entire thing shines like the moon or Chandra or stars or Vidyutaha, right? Lightnings, everything is illuminating because of that Atma, which is Sarva Shakshi, Sarva Chaitanyam, and Swaprakasham. That is Swayam Prakashate. It is not depends on any other thing. But all other things depend on whom? That Atmanam. So, O Yaha Janati, Saha only Dhiraha will say. So, this only because of this, other all things are saying. If this is not there, this Swaprakasha is not there, all other things which we are seeing, these all are the self-illuminated, not the self-illuminators. They are the depending on the Prakasha Nimittam on some other thing. So that which on whom on which they are depending, that is only Atma. Because of that only these all are illuminated. Na bhashayanti suryadhya buddhyat buddhyadhyacha swayam prabham kintu bhantam tamanvete bhanti bhasa twadiyaya. Alright. Na bhashayanti suryadhyaha. Suryadhyaha buddhayaha. So, the buddhi and the sun, these all. So, na bhasayanti, they will not shine. So, how the sun is, right, in the intellect, these all, how they are getting means, swaprakasha not there. These all are not swaprakashas. They are depending on that. Evam, the swaprakasham, buddhyascha, swayam prabham, na swayam prabham. So, they are not self-illuminatories. So, they cannot shine themselves. So, they are depending on other. And Kimtu bhantam tanvete anubhanti. So, when this this shining, it is following by the tam anubhanti. So, because of that Atman, so these all are the shining. So, self themselves, they don't have this self-illuminatory formula. So, they cannot illuminate themselves. They don't have that type of upadhi. They have Shakti. So, that type of power has only their Swaprakashakaha Kevalam Atman. So, Ataha Kintu Bhantam Tamanvete Bhanti. Tam Anu Ete Bhanti. So, by following that only, these all will shine. So, Twadiyaya Bhasha. So with that bhasa, with that prakasha only, these all other things are shining. Without that, nothing is shining. These all are the temporary illuminatories, not permanent. The Shashvata Prakasha will come from there only.
Dhanyavada Mahoday. Very nicely explained. With that, we
Dhanyavada,
have
Mahoday.
completed the second valli of the second chapter. Both the Kathopanishad verses and the Anubuthi verses have been very nicely explained. Hari Om. We will conclude by Purnamada.
Dhanyavada.
Om Purnamada. Chant.
Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Namo Namaha.